Okay, this is the book club. I'm doing work here. My mom's being very, very naughty. Doing all kinds of stupid things without asking me, causing me all kinds of additional problems, things to do when I did not ask for these things. I have a mission here. I have to fill out these base petitions, print off the cover, get them all notarized, get them all binded by 3 o'clock at the UPS store or at the Staples store. This is Candid John. The fuck. Hey girl. Dealing with a hangover, dealing with a very annoying mother. How do I? Well, let me tell you how a map works. If you didn't have a phone from 1992, you could just go where the phone tells you to go.
And thus understand all things, giving birth and nourishing, having without possessing, acting with no expectations, 11. We join spokes together. We hammer wood for a house, but it is the inner space that makes it livable. We work with being, but non-being is what we use. 12. Colors blind the eye. Sounds deafen the ear. Flavors numb the taste. Thoughts weaken the mind. Desires wither the heart. The master observes the world, but trusts his inner vision. He allows things to come and go. His heart is open as the sky. 13. Success is dangerous as failure. Hope is as hollow as fear. What does it mean that success is as dangerous as failure? Whether you go up the ladder or down it, your position is shaky. When you stand with your 2 feet on, when we don't see the self as self, what do we have to fear? See the world as yourself. Have faith in the way things are. Love the world as yourself. Then you care for all things. 14. Look, and it can't be seen. Listen, and it can't be heard. Reach, and it can't be grasped. Above, it isn't bright. Below, it isn't dark. Seamless, unnameable, it returns to the realm of nothing. Form that includes all forms. Image without an image. Subtle, beyond all conception. Approach it, and there is no beginning. Follow it, and there is no end. You can't know it, but you can be it. At ease in your own life. Just realize where you come from. This is the essence of wisdom. 15. The ancient masters were profound and subtle. Their wisdom was unfathomable. There is no way to describe it. All we can describe is their appearance. They were careful as someone crossing an iced-over stream, alert as a warrior in enemy territory, courteous as a guest, fluid as melting ice, shapeable as a block of wood, receptive as a valley, clear as a glass of water. Do you have the patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving till the right action arises by itself? The master doesn't seek fulfillment. Not seeking, not expecting. She is present and can welcome all things. 16. Empty your mind of all thoughts. Let your heart be at peace. Watch the turmoil of beings, but contemplate their return. Each separate being in the universe returns to the common source. Returning to the source is serenity. If you don't realize the source, you stumble in confusion and sorrow. When you realize where you come from, you naturally become tolerant, disinterested, amused, kind-hearted as a grandmother, dignified as a king. Immersed in the wonder of the Tao, you can deal with whatever life brings you. And when death comes, you are ready. 17. When the master governs, the people are hardly aware that he exists. Next best is a leader who is loved. Next, one who is feared. The worst is one who is despised. If you don't trust the people, you make them untrustworthy. The master doesn't talk, he acts. When his work is done, the people say, "Amazing, we did it, all by ourselves." 18. When the great Tao is forgotten, goodness and piety appear. When the body's intelligence declines, cleverness and knowledge step forth. When there is no peace in the family, filial piety begins. When the country falls into chaos, patriotism is born. 19. Throw away holiness and wisdom, and people will be 100 times happier. Throw away morality and justice, and people will do the right thing. Throw away industry and profit, and there won't be any thieves. If these three aren't enough, just stay at the center of the circle and let all things take their course. 20. Stop thinking and end your problems. What difference between yes seem monotonous and without flavor? When you look for it, there is nothing to see. When you listen for it, there is nothing to hear. When you use it, it is inexhaustible. 36. If you want to shrink something, you must first allow it to expand. If you want to get rid of something, you must first allow it to flourish. If you want to take something, you must first allow it to be given. This is called the subtle perception of the way things are. The soft, let your workings remain a mystery. This is called the subtle perception of the way things are. The soft overcomes the hard. The slow overcomes the fast. Let your workings remain a mystery. Just show people the results. $37. The Tao never does anything, yet through it all things are done. If powerful men and women could center themselves in it, the whole world would be transformed by itself. All things are at peace. 38. The master does nothing, yet he leaves nothing undone. The ordinary man is always doing things, yet many more are left to be done. The kind man does something, yet something remains undone. The just man does something, and leaves many things to be done. The moral man does something, and when no one responds, he rolls up his sleeves and uses force. When the Tao is lost, there is goodness. When goodness is with the fruit and not the flower. He has no will of his own. He dwells in reality and lets all illusions go. $39. In harmony with the Tao, all creatures flourish together, content with the way they are, endlessly rears with the Tao. The sky becomes filthy. The earth becomes depleted. The master views the parts with compassion because he understands the whole. His constant practice is humility. He doesn't glitter like a jewel, but lets himself be shaped by as rugged and common as a stone. 40. Return is the movement of the Tao. Yielding is the way of the Tao. All things are born of being. Being is born of non-being. $41. When he hears of the Tao, he half believes it, half doubts it. When a foolish man dark, the path forward seems to go back. The direct path seems long. True power seems weak. True purity seems tarnished. True steadfast. The greatest art seems unsophisticated. The greatest love seems indifferent. greatest wisdom seems childish. The Tao is nowhere to be found, yet it nourishes and completes all things. 42. The Tao gives birth to one. One gives birth to two. Two gives birth to three. Three gives birth to all things. All things have their backs to the female, and that which has no substance enters where there is no space. 44. Fame or integrity? Which is more important? Money or happiness? Which is more valuable? Success or failure? Which is more destructive? If you look to others for fulfillment, you will never truly be fulfilled. If your happiness depends on money, you will never be happy with yourself. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. 45. True perfection seems imperfect, yet it is perfectly itself. Wisdom seems foolish. True art seems artless. The master allows things to happen. She shapes events as they come. She steps out of the way and lets the Tao speak for itself. 46. When a country is in harmony with the Tao, the factories make trucks and tractors. The country goes counter to the Tao. Warheads are stockpiled outside the cities. There is no greater illusion than fear, no greater wrong than preparing to defend yourself, no greater misfortune than having an enemy. Whoever can see through all without looking out your window, you can see the essence of the Tao. The more you know, the less you understand. The master arrives without leaving, sees the light without looking. 48. In the pursuit of knowledge, every day something is added. True mastery can be gained by letting things go their own way. The master has no mind of her own. She works with the mind of the good to people who aren't good. Good to people who aren't good. This is true goodness. She trusts people who are trustworthy. She also trusts people who are trustworthy. She also trusts people who aren't trustworthy. People don't understand her. They look to her and wait and wait. treats them like her own children. 50. The master gives himself up to whatever the moment brings. He knows that he is going to die, and he has nothing left to hold on to. No illusions in his mind. No resistances in his body. He doesn't think about his actions. They flow from the core of his being, as a man is ready for sleep after a good day's work. 51. Every being in the universe is an expression of free, takes on a physical body, lets circumstances complete it. Now gives birth to all beings, nourishes them, maintains them, cares for them, comforts them, protects them, takes them back to itself, creating without possessing, acting without expecting, guiding without interfering. That is why love of the Tao is in the very nature of things. 52. In the beginning was the Tao. All things return to it.
Hello.
I'm alive.
Oh, that's great news.
I made it to the senior center. I'm on my way. I'm crossing over a highway right now. Going to the airport.
Great news. Be safe.
Hey, you know what else?
What?
We were wrapping up roller hockey. There's a party that just finished playing their hockey, and they said, tell your son to come out and play. And if you walk a little bit more to the city, they have a big gym, workout stuff. There's some guy in there working out. And then there's a pool that's 8.5 feet deep.
Really?
Yeah, it's got everything over here.
All right, well, let's go back and look at it. I got to go to the UPS store and to Staples right now to get these the notary and the binding.
Oh, man, you haven't left yet?
No, I've been sitting here filling out all the books on all the sheets they sent me.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm heading back. It'll take me about 40 minutes. If you're still there, I'll go. Okay.
Okay. All right, bye.
And direct. So intense is its vital power. It can scream its head off all day, yet it never becomes hoarse. So complete is its harmony. The Master's power is like this. He lets all things come and go effortlessly, without desire. He never expects results. Thus, he is never disappointed. He is never disappointed. Thus, his spirit never grows old. Those who know don't talk. Those who talk don't know. Benefited or harmed, honored or brought into disarmed, honored or brought into disgrace. Control. Let go of fixed plans and concepts, and the world will govern itself. The more prohibitions you have, the less virtuous people will be. The more weapons you have, the less secure people will be. The more subsidies you have, the less self-reliant people will be. But easy on the eyes. 59. Everything life happens to bring his way. Nothing is impossible for him. Because he has let go, he can care for the people's welfare, as a mother cares for her child's welfare, as a mother cares for her child. Which country is like a small fish. You spoil it with too much poking. Center your country in the Tao, and evil will have no power. Not that it isn't there, but you'll be able to step out of its way. Give evil nothing to oppose, and it will disappear by itself. 61. When a country obtains great power, it becomes like the sea. All streams run downward into it. The more powerful it grows, the greater the need for humility. Humility means trusting the Tao, thus never needing to be defensive. A great nation is like a great man. When he makes a mistake, he realizes it. Having realized it, he admits it. Having admitted it, he corrects it. He considers those who point out his faults as his benevolent teachers. He thinks of his enemy as the shadow. If it nourishes its own people and doesn't meddle in the affairs of others, it will be a light to all nations in the world. 62. Be one with good deeds. But the Tao is beyond all value, and no one can achieve it. Thus, when a new leader is chosen, don't effort to help him with your wealth or your expertise. Offer instead to teach him about the Tao. Why did the ancient masters esteem the Tao? Because one with the Tao, when you seek, you find. And when you make a mistake, you are forgiven. That is why everybody loves it. 63. Act without doing, and the few as many. Confront the difficult while it is still. When she runs into a difficulty, she stops and gives herself to it. She doesn't cling to her own comfort. Thus, problems are no problem for her. 64. What is rooted, what is brittle, is easy to break. What is small is easy to scatter. Prevent trouble before it arises. Put things in order before they exist. A giant pine tree grows from a tiny sprout. The journey of 1,000 miles starts from beneath your feet. Rushing into action in a project to completion, you ruin what was almost ripe. Therefore, the master takes action by letting things take their course. He remains as calm at the end as at the beginning. He has nothing, thus nothing to lose. What he desires is non-desire. What he learns is to unlearn. He simply reminds people of who they have always been. He cares about nothing but the Tao. Thus, he can care for all things. 65. The ancient masters didn't try to educate the people, but come their own way. If you want to learn how to govern, avoid being clever or rich. The simplest pattern is the clearest.